today is a weird day here in BC. Little bit warm in the morning, and then it turned to cold. Then we had snow, and a little chillier than normal. But weather up here is like people's day. It's different. It's different.
Mm-hmm. So how did you, or how would you give advice to somebody if somebody comes up to you and you just kind of overhear a conversation and they're like, I don't know what to do, and it sounds similar to something you've been through with the whole, you're not doing the program, you're not doing this or that. And first of all, I mean, there's a billion programs out there. I mean, which program are you supposed to be doing? Their program. Mm-hmm. A lot of people and the old timers will tell you that you have to do it this way or you're going to die. No, I'm going to die anyway. But how am I going to get to that death is the question. But how would you handle that if you heard somebody saying that and they wanted some help? Like, what advice would you give to them?
Oh, it's like, it's hard to give advice, but it's, the only thing that I could maybe suggest is a few things that I've done and things that you could potentially try to do. Something that might help you is, something that I tried that I learned from somebody else that might help you. You don't tell them that you have to do this. You give them a suggestion, and potentially they might take that, or they might take a little bit of what you said or what he said, and they might, help you out a little bit. They might, that might help you out a little bit. It's hard to tell somebody what they should do for themselves. You can't tell them to do it. Right. You can give them a suggestion. You can help them out. If I overhear somebody says they have a problem with heroin, well, I also had a problem with heroin. This is what I did. Right. This is how I tried to help myself.
Yeah, that's what I kind of tell people too, not about with the heroin, drinking, and I just pretty much tell them the most important thing is don't give up. Hope and inspiration can go a long way for sure.
Absolutely.
And in my opinion, it goes a lot further than, the whole tough love or I'm going to be your dad. I don't think you need a dad. I think you have one. You have a brother as well. What you need is just hope and inspiration. And, that's what all of us need. That's what I needed. And this place that I work at now in Traverse City, it's great, man. It's all about recovery, and it's in the recovery field. And I think it's going to be something that I'm really going to enjoy. Met with the boss yesterday for a little bit, and she was telling me, it's about caring, it's about compassion. It's not about belittling people. It's not about the tough love. It's caring and compassion. And that was so refreshing to hear, because there's a Chinese restaurant that I used to work at, and it was the opposite. I mean, there's people there. Don't get me wrong. There are people there that care and that do their job, and they give you the best dish that they can. But when the kitchen's on fire all the time, and there's cockroaches all over the restaurant, you're just not going to have the good dish. Even though you have good people there wanting, and they want you to have a great time there, and they want you to succeed in having a good meal and paying your bill and getting out of there. And coming back, but with friends, Yeah,
coming back, bringing somebody back, showing them that this is a pretty good restaurant. This is, things that it's, again, you find a few needles in the haystack, and there may be, as far as I know, when I went to that place, the Chinese food restaurant, there was some needles in the haystack. When I say needles in the haystack, there were people there that genuinely, like, Dr. Angel Face, and a few other that genuinely, truly care about the person's entree, the service, and how was your meal, and how are things going on when you're outside making your own sushi per se. Mm-hmm. And just to know that. And I always say, it's like the people that don't know you, that have a genuine interest in your life and care about you and your well-being. They're not just there to get a couple of extra meals.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that are like that, and when you go to a rehab facility, and if you go in there and you sit in your chair during a group or you go to your room and you sit there and you just wait for someone to come help you and fix you, that's not going to happen.
No.
So it really, I mean, you're going to find good people and you're going to find bad people at pretty much every place you go. But it's the mindset of which ones are you going to seek out? Which ones are you going to listen to? Even if you have 5, we'll just play it real low on this one, 5 groups a week. And there's someone that you just connect with right away, and you get it, you feel him, you can tell he's sincere and honest, and you only get that once a week. That, hey man, that's better than 0 times a week. And if you can listen and just take little pieces from that once a week guy and apply it to the other guys that maybe you don't like, or maybe that you just aren't connecting with, and just start taking that, and then daily life, during lunch, or when you're maybe doing some rec time in the nice gym, like
your rec time sounded like you almost said something else. rec time. Right. But you said five courses, and this one particular instructor has interesting, juicy knowledge. You take everything you can get out of that, and you can apply it. As far as that Chinese food restaurant, I did not get along with one of the cooks, and cooks in a air quote form. But then I kind of take it, somebody who that is there for a paycheck kind of told me that was like, that person's pretty good. Listen to what they say. And when I finally left that place for the 4th time, that chef at the restaurant sent me information and sent me letters asking how I was doing. And it's just, nobody's going to give it to you. Nobody's going to give you the key, the answer. Nobody's going to hand you a book that has all the answers, because there's no books written like that. There's no books that have, there's no pill that you can take, because unfortunately, we can't do that, because we can't fix everything. But what we can do is we can start to fix something, and if that's something that we can start to fix as us, that's pretty big.
Yeah, and like my friend Jamie said, even if there was a pill, we'd take 5 of them.
Absolutely. I mean, why would we take one? Because
we really
those numbers on that, right? That number on the side of the bottle is merely a suggestion. That's truly what it is. It's not. If you feel you need to take one more, if you feel like you need to take another Docalax or another laxative, then go ahead. Just go ahead and fix it. Fix that problem that way.
But that's why it's important, though, to be honest with yourself, and once you realize that you don't have to use drugs in any way, and you can just make it through life, if you can process those emotions. And once you recognize the emotions coming, that's huge. That's good. But there's another step after that. And I don't know. Like, for me, it's just talking about it. For me, it's doing podcasts. For me, it's throwing myself into other things and not seriously wanting to live that life anymore of drinking and hurting and pain. And I don't want to do it anymore. And
right. What I was going to say is, like, when I notice something's going to happen, I tell on myself immediately. If I notice there's something laying around, that there's something that I can get my hands into, something that I can, I tell on myself immediately. I said, that doesn't need to be there, or this is there, and I don't need it to be there, or I could do this with that right there, so we need to take care of that problem right there. Because if I know that stuff, you tell on yourself. I have a huge problem with telling on myself. Sometimes it's like, sometimes it was a problem, but now it's helping a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Just being honest, being brutally honest is what I call it. Brutally honest. Truly too honest.
And then there'll probably come a time where you're going to get more comfortable with being around it. But right now you're not. And that's cool that you acknowledge it and aren't afraid to say that, hey, let's get that out of here. Let's maybe not do that at the kitchen table in front of me, please. Or, let me excuse myself from the room. You're not afraid to let that go and to let that out there. To let people know, hey, that's not good. I'm very vulnerable right now with that. They're right there. And
mm-hmm.
and that's good. Those are the things that you have to do. And obviously, you've been doing them. Chris, can I ask you something?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Man,
what today, yeah?
What is today? Today is April 9th, 2020. It is a Thursday. It's a good day. It's been a good day. I purchased gas for $1.16 a gallon.
Woo!
Yeah.
God damn.
So I can honestly say I don't even think I drove a car when it was $1.16 a gallon. If I was driving, it would have been $1.20 something when I was a kid. You know, like a few years ago when I was young.
Well, what else is today, Chris?
It's not your birthday, is it?
It's not my birthday.
All right. Well, I don't know what today is then.
Christopher, congratulations on your 180 days of being free from drugs.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Time flies when you're having fun.
6 months, Chris.
I kind of had, when you started to talk like that, I kind of had an idea about it. Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I can honestly say that I didn't do this alone. I had a lot of bad influences, one major bad influence in my life to help me out. I'm talking with him on the phone, and when I say bad influence, I'm using the term loosely. I hope you know that. No harm.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't do this by myself. I had Dr. Angel Face. I had people to, that genuinely cared about you, that worry about you, look out for you.
Yeah.
It's something else, I tell you.
That's amazing. I'm sure Angel Face, and I mean, I don't know. I know when I had her as a counselor, she sent me cool pictures and stuff of like kitties and stuff for my 6 months.
What? Huh. Well, I talked to her because you're a fan of cats, correct? Is that why she did that?
Yeah, that's what it. Yep. Mm-hmm. You got me, Chris. You got it right. Hit it right on the head. I think. And I'll just go ahead and end the Mexican standoff with a mute button.
Perfect. It's it happens on both ends. You know, like I said, when you're trying to do multiple things, drink a tea, smoke a cigarette, walk around, hold the phone under your chin, your big bulbous chin hits a button. You know, that happens.
Yeah. Plus, I never had your therapist as my therapist. I just wanted to tell you that she sent me pictures of her kitty cat.
Huh. Well, I didn't believe it. Anyways, I didn't believe it. Although she does have a cat, too. Like, I think one or two cats,
she's
two dogs,
one.
and they're like in a lizard. I think she might have two, but maybe she has one. But I know she has two dogs and like a lizard or an iguana or something. Sits in her office when I talk to her on the phone. Did you know that? No, you didn't. So, top that.
You know, that's the most traded reptile in the world, and there's so many of them that just die. And it's just some unfair PETA conditions, you know. PETA.
Have you seen the Tiger King stuff? Have you heard of all that crap?
Yes, I've watched a little bit of it. And
it's pretty interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I keep falling asleep, though.
I was told by a friend, Ashley, from the recovery center that I need to check it out. So one night I come back, I'm cutting my strawberries up, and it just happens to be on here at the house, and I saw about a half hour of it, and it's interesting, but it's not something I'm going to say. It's not a Letterkenny, we'll say that. It doesn't pique my interest. It's odd, we'll say that much.
That guy that's, what was his name? What's his name? His last name's like Feline or something, isn't it? He changed it, or...
is he on the show?
Yeah, he's like the main guy.
The Tiger King?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's something else.
His name Joe or something.
I think so.
Joe Daddy or Joe Catman or Joe. Oh, that's right.